Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Chemda, I have an email here, and it's about you. Dear Chemda and Keith.
Why am I getting excited? Like, it can't be bad. Like, Keith has never done, like, I have an email for you. Let's get excited. And then watch your face drop. Okay, neutral face. Here we go.
They need you to know. Dear Chemda and Keith, I first heard about your podcast on the school bus when two kids were talking about this feud they were having with a podcast called Keith and the Girl over a pod show contract.
Holy shit.
Now,
holy shit.
I don't know what this could mean. I know we have, if you have our VIP program, listen to the old show called The Pod Show Contract. It's about us and our fight with the old MTV VJ, what's his name?
Adam Curry.
Mm-hmm. But what could kids teenagers on a bus,
right?
Were they sticking up for Adam Curry?
It sounds like they were fighting with us about it. Could that have been MogulCast because they were so young and they might be on a school bus?
And I know they shat on us but I guess they were doing it in school too. It wasn't just radio fights.
Well, Keith, where are they gonna do it? Like, where else?
Guess.
I mean, what are they? You're on a school bus and you're talking about your day.
I wish I knew that was happening at the time. I didn't know about the school bus.
I know.
MogulCast.
Oh.
What was Here We Paul doing?
All right.
I never thought two adults beefing with children could have brought me a lifetime of entertainment. I've been a listener since I was a teenager, and now at 33, I can say that I've grown up with your podcast.
That is so incredible to me. You know, I made a decision to not have children, and I know I would not have children anyway, but this where you listen since you were a teenager, we grew up together, like all of this thing we went through, like surgeries together, divorces together, all of this shit. Even if I wasn't satisfied with my decision, this would help me be satisfied. Thank you so much. Also, going back just a little bit, Nadine is saying it can't be bad, from my reaction of maybe this is bad and I'm getting excited. It can't be bad. Chemda is a perfect angel baby forever.
Oh boy. Oh, somebody wants a wedding gift. I'm proud to be a lifetime Keith and the Girl member and even joined one of the first OMAT groups. I particularly wanted to thank Chemda for OMAT. All right, so it was good.
Yay, I am an angel baby forever.
During my time in the OMAT program, 1 minute at a time, keithandthegirl.com/OMAT, that'll explain everything. I started working on my relationship with my body and healing from my dance world traumas. This is why I don't get into dance world. I don't need that in my life.
And on top of all the regular traumas, dance world traumas is not what Keith needs.
No, there's family trauma, relationship trauma. Now I got to worry about dance world.
Got to worry about like guitar playing traumas. What's going on?
Forget it. I spent the rating and productivity time to start developing what would be my own company called Everybody on Stage. This company was started as an idea in my OMAT journal, and it grew a ton in the last 2 years and helped so many other people who experienced anti-fat bias on stage. It has completely changed my life. And in May, I'm headed to New York City to walk the red carpet and accept the Webby Award that we just won.
That is so big. If I tear up right now, is everyone going to make fun of me? Because then you should look at yourself and really join OMAT if I tear up and you make fun of me. But wow. Okay.
Webby Awards are fun because I understand it's a 5-word speech that you give. You're not allowed more than 5 words.
Oh, wow.
So Keith and the Girl, wow. And then wave the things, like, you know.
Good. Does KATG count as 1 word?
Yes, it should. You have to say it like 1 word, but yeah.
Oh, that always a word. Wait. KATG.
Yeah. There you
go. This is thrilling.
There you go.
That's not what wins you Webby Awards. All right.
You already won it.
True.
Relax. So if you have been thinking about joining OMAT, this is your sign to do it. He says it might change your life too.
Wow.
Thank you for your unwavering commitment to your listeners, your humor, your honesty, your willingness to share your lives with us. Please continue doing what you do, as it's clear that you have touched the lives of many others besides myself. I look forward to continuing to be a part of this amazing community. Greg from Canada.
Greg.
Thank you, Greg.
That is amazing. And by the way, OMAT, 1 minute at a time, when he says I use this this exercise for this, that exercise for this. All of these exercises are 1 minute in length. 1 minute. I even say like, just do 5 seconds of it and I will count it. That's how much these exercises count. I promise this changed my life.
I like learning these little life lessons that Hemda knows about, because I mean, I don't know how healthy I can be. I just went through the newspaper and I saw Kevin Costner's getting a divorce, and it makes me happy. And I have nothing against Kevin Costner. Kevin Costner's wife has filed for divorce. I think it makes me happy because he can't obviously just solve a problem by flying her to Italy.
Okay, so
I think that pleases me. Like, yeah, it really isn't just being a billionaire isn't enough. You have to care. So we have the same problems, and that makes me happy.
It's very odd because it's a sweet, terrible way to say something that could be sweet because it's just regular, like, oh, celebrities, they're just like us. But then they post a picture of them like fully mouth open. It's like, they're also like us when they chew with their mouth closed, but we posted pictures of them with their mouth open eating.
The designer filed to end their 18-year marriage, citing irreconcilable differences. Even the diamonds get old, she says. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I believe you'd say that so extreme. Oh, okay,
but it has to work at first. You fucked up. I give you a jet for your birthday. You're probably you're a little excited. And then eventually, nope, you got to have a personality.
I get what you're saying, because romance could be covered up with money for a while, right?
Yes.
Like, you don't even have to think of romance. You throw money at anything, it could turn into romance.
And
right?
you can trick it. You can be like, I say we just get a spa together. Right. Next thing you know, the spa's on the rooftop in Dubai, but it was really just about the two of you, but the pampering was all her.
But it's 18 years of disguising.
Yeah, that's what
it's
I'm
like
saying.
18. But okay, so this makes me sad, and I understand how happy you are for them. I get it, and how happy you are for yourself, and I'm there with you. I'll go on that journey. However, 18 years, oh, it makes me sad because I imagine it's at 10 years they were like, should I? Right. And then you threw a little money at it, a little vacation at it, a little laughter at it, a movie at it, a red carpet event at it. And you're like, life is kind of fun. Let's just, but what was I going to? And then 12 years in, you're like, no, for sure. And then you go on another vacation because 18 years, you don't wake up 18 years is when they decided to tell us. When did they start working on it? When did they decide, no, thank you? It had to be at least 4 years when you're in an 18-year relationship. And then you got to, like, a whole human being's life has just ended. 18 years, right? Holy shit.
Well, he tries buying her the 5th island in Hawaii. That takes up another 6 months. In her filing, the wife, Baumgartner, she's 49, if you're curious. He is about 20 years older. Asked for joint custody of their kids. They have 3 kids, 15, 14, and 12. She, however, did not ask for spousal support, but there's a prenup in place. It is with great sadness that circumstances beyond his control have transpired, which have resulted in Mr. Costner, says a representative, of Mr. Costner having to participate in the dissolution of a marriage action.
Wait, what?
The representative is saying, sorry, he couldn't work it out, everybody.
A dissolution of what?
Dissolution of marriage action.
Dissolution of marriage action. Is that what divorce is now?
Yes. Divorce is such an ugly word. First of all, don't say, so you don't tell somebody they had a divorce. Say divorce happened to them.
Yes, they are a victim of divorce.
Right.
But not a victim.
Not a victim.
Not a victim.
To love and lost is rewarding.
Of course. I picked up a lot of useful information.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You are in my gratitude for life.
I'm reading about a woman at the LA Philharmonic performance of Tchaikovsky's 5th Symphony.
Which one is that?
It sounds a little boring. It's slow. If it's not then I don't know it. But anyway, she had an orgasm during the performance. It was that good.
Who revealed this? The orgasm?
The witnesses are agreeing that the woman had an orgasm. I'll play the sound for you. But more people say it was an orgasm than are saying it's a medical emergency, that she just ended up shouting something.
What? Wow.
Everyone kind of turned to see what was happening. Said this woman, her name happens to be Molly Grant. I saw the girl after it happened. I assumed that she had an orgasm because she was heavily breathing. Her partner was smiling and looking at her like in an effort to not shame her. It was quite beautiful.
What partner?
So she was there with somebody. That people are saying that's obviously a couple.
Wait, the person on stage came?
No, somebody in the audience.
Oh, yeah, sure. That has to happen, right?
Does it?
People
if it's
are
not,
human.
dun, 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 dun.
Oh, you're saying not to that song. It can't.
Oh, no.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. That's how we're gauging. Okay.
She remained for the rest of the show. It is noted that the Philharmonic's online program notes included the following description of the second movement. The luscious main theme was adapted for a popular love song. Tchaikovsky's skillful orchestration, however, lifts the mood from sentimentality to high romanticism.
Wow. Tchaikovsky's Fifth. Come on. What could that sound like?
I'll play a little bit.
Okay.
I have a little bit of that and the orgasm. Here we go.
Okay. I don't hear anything.
You can't hear that?
No.
All right. Well, I can. It goes like
Now I can.
Now you can. That's funny. You're right, because it's a dude talking. He won't shut up.
Mm.
Well, anyway, it goes like da da, and then you hear at a perfect pause. Da da. And I don't know. You got to be careful. What about you get around the Mona Lisa? You know, who knows?
So nobody talked to her? Nobody interviewed her? They managed to interview all of these people?
Say that again. Why didn't they talk to her?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she snuck out. She stayed the whole time, they said. Maybe she wasn't taking interviews.
Huh. It sounds like nobody was bothered by it.
It sounds like they like it. You know, they
did sound like that, right?
There's not excitement in these Tchaikovsky's lovers' lives.
Well, you're deciding that.
They hear, and then they're like, something happened at this pretentious bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Oh my God. Wow. In your mind, a lot of people are going to things just because they feel like it'll make them more.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I went to the ballet once. Halfway through, I go, is anybody really like this? And people are like, yeah, not really. No, right? I don't think we need Robert Hobble. I see a company here in Britain called Inferno. They make sex toys. And the CEO says the biggest requests are Princess Diana, Kate Middleton, and Meghan Markle.
Sorry, that was my thing. It switched.
I don't know what you mean. I didn't hear you. So this is fantastic.
Go ahead.
Princess Diana, Kate Middleton, and Meghan Markle are the top celebrity sex doll requests. He says he's into the royalty, and he will not do that because they know they're going to do sick fucking things to these dolls.
That's the main request?
That's the main request. So people want to defile princesses.
Read it again. Who?
Princess Diana, Kate Middleton, and Meghan Markle, all the royalty.
Those are the top people.
Because they're prim and proper, so people want to destroy them, I think. That's my guess.
Folks.
Mm-hmm.
We have, the pandemic really, I'm gonna say that's quarantine, but maybe that's just so I can continue my life.
We get requests for Princess Diana regularly, especially after the latest series of The Crown. So you're watching The Crown, the story of Princess Diana, and you're like, first of all, that's not her, that's an actress. Secondly, I gotta fuck her. I bet you she'd be fun to fuck. Yeah. Huh. I mean, with AI and deep fake and everything, you're gonna be able to fuck any celebrity.
Sure. I just am surprised by the choices. Disturbing a little bit.
I think so. If we were just motivated by money, we would create the Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton dolls and see sales go through the roof. But honestly, I'm a royalist.
What?
Yeah, that's even weirder. I don't know who's weirder.
There's so many words. You could be a royalist? Wow, people won't even let me be atheist, but you could be a
right.
Okay.
A woman in Somalia had to undergo emergency surgery after getting shot accidentally in the clitoris while relaxing at home.
Oh, good on you. Talk about micro penis.
Yeah, Smith and Wesson can find it, guys. Come on.
All right. I can't believe I laughed at that. Ew.
The bullet injury went through her vulvar area. That's the outer part of the female genitals. Everybody knows that.
What were they aiming for?
And it went into her clit.
It went into her clit.
Yeah. A stray bullet came through her ceiling and struck her in the nether regions. She went to the hospital. A CT scan revealed that the lead pellet had lodged itself inside her clit. Here's an X-ray.
Stop it. It stopped at her clit, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Somebody shot.
Well, maybe
roof?
maybe it hit the hood too. You know, who knows? Yeah, but it came from upstairs. It came from her ceiling.
Okay.
From her ceiling
A
down
bullet
into her clit.
Came into the ceiling.
Yes.
Went into her clitoris.
Yeah, and stopped. Right.
She took herself to the hospital.
Let's see. The alarmed woman reported to the hospital, so it doesn't say if somebody took her or not. She's relaxing at her home. It doesn't say how she was sitting or laying.
She's alarmed.
She was alarmed, sure. That'll alarm you.
I'm alarmed.
Right.
That alarm, you don't snooze that alarm. That's just alarming. That'll wake you up.
And then
now it stays in there, or they
were able to remove it, and it says she didn't suffer any complications, but I don't know. What's the medical standards in Somalia?
I think the complications start now that she has to deal with a hole in her clit.
I remember a Tom Rhodes joke where he said, hey, nobody talks about Somalia anymore. Are they full? Like, yeah, that's right. That's true. All of a sudden, no more commercials. I guess we got it done.
Wait, is it? I'm sorry. I don't watch a lot of porn, so I don't have a lot of reference.
How big are clits nowadays?
Yes, yes. Oh my God.
Back in our day, it was like really, really tiny. You weren't sure if that was it.
Was the hair covering that much? What's happening?
She has big fat lips. They did say it went through that first.
I'm like, wait, is it supposed to be as big as a bullet? Is that bigger than a micro penis? What are we comparing to?
Is a bullet bigger than a clit? Yeah, right.
Again,
you don't want to brag. Candace has the tiniest. She doesn't want to brag.
I thought it was, but I don't. Okay.
But yeah, you can't date her and go like you can't find it. That's for sure. Bulletproof, yes.
Okay, sorry.
Some time ago, we read a story about a girl that went to high school got caught. And when I say girl, I mean she was a woman. She was like 30 years old, and she made fake ID and pretended she was a kid. Which right there, you should get caught, because what kid has ID? The 29-year-old who enrolled in a New Jersey high school posing as a teenage student.
How old?
First of all, if you could redo it all over again, go to 90210. There's some from New Jersey.
Well, you still have to commute to 90210. That's a lot. What's her face had a hard time with it, right?
Brenda, a 29-year-old woman who enrolled in a New Jersey high school posing as a teenage student. What's that? Yes. Haijong Shin forged the birth certificate to act as a 16-year-old.
I really like this. I'm sorry.
29, pretending she's 16.
Honestly, I would love that as an experiment, as like, please hand in what you learned. Please let this be like a real thing that you can write a report on, because I would love to hear what the fuck is going on from a 29-year-old. Go ahead.
I'd like to know what teachers need fired. She lasted 4 days.
Well, whatever. People could mistake people for younger people. That's fine. Good on you. 16.
They're nervous to say anything because she's Asian. Like, I don't want
to. But, I knew someone who had a teenage kid. She looked so young. when she was called into school for her kid, they would tell her they're like, do you have a hall pass? What are you doing in the hall? Like, she would get that a lot. And she's like, can you please look a little bit closer at me? But she just didn't show age until she did, you know?
Right. I wanted to turn out. So this is like her lawyer saying this. She wanted to go to an environment that she looks back on fondly. She didn't have any ill will. Like she wasn't fucking kids or nothing. She just wanted to be somewhere she was fond of.
See, this is what I was afraid that I was like, yes, do it. And then it's like, she did it for, and I'm like, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. But good. I'm so curious about this. What happened? What'd she learn?
She was indicted by a grand jury in Middlesex County, New Jersey, providing a false government document and hindering her own prosecution.
Oh, and she stole from the government because that's a schooling that another kid. So that's money. There's a lot of crimes here, I guess. She
pled not guilty. So I guess not guilty to trying to be a creep, but guilty of feeling safe in school. The Rutgers University graduate had attended high school classes for 4 days before the school figured it the fuck out.
Well, how did they figure it out? Yeah. Okay. Go.
Yeah. How did they? Well, yeah. I bet you like the teacher probably made like an adult joke and then she was the only one that giggled like, that's sexual. Wow. At no time was anyone or any student in danger, and this entire case is more about my client wanting to return to a place of safety and welcoming and an environment that she looks back on fondly and nothing more. I hope it didn't work. I hope she got bullied.
Oh, God.
I hope she got bullied. That her original memory is ruined. You don't push it. You don't push high school.
Yeah. You had a good time the first time. Just remember it well. Goodbye. Yeah. Like, what are you trying to upload? Like, repressed memories? Are you working with your therapist? By the way, that is not a good enough reason to go back. Like, I had such a good time. I want to see if I was right or I want to repeat it. That is not good enough. Finding out information for Chemda, that's good enough.
Yes.
That's actually very, very strange. And she seems to be a little disturbed. Like, to go through all of that is very disturbing. And I don't know that jail is the right place for her. I think she needs to be looked at.
There's an entitlement that's interesting. So I mean, where do you stop? I bet she started answering every question the teacher asked, and they're like, "Oh, you're the only one who gives a fuck. Something's up."
See, this is what I want to know. Netflix, do like one episode for each day she was there. That's a ton of things. Did you have to say the Pledge of Allegiance? How were you caught?
Right.
Did any guys flirt with you? Did any women? Who flirted? Women, girls? Did you go to gym? Did you have to change in front of people? Are you now changing in front of little kids?
You know, bush.
it didn't seem like she changed in front of people, or was like she seemed like she stayed away from that, because I think that would have been a crime, right?
I would think.
Yeah, that would have, like, are you showering amongst people? Like, what are you doing? How was the cafeteria? How would you rate the food? Who was the worst teacher? Why? I mean, if you're going
to go, put on a voice? Like, how wouldn't you fuck up in 4 days?
Did you twirl your hair on purpose as if that's what high school students do? Like, did you pretend you were 5 and that's how you got caught because you don't understand, you know, being almost 30? Like, what happened?
Did you never drop your books because you know your motor skills work? You pull on your shirt sometimes when you're talking to somebody. Well.
Did you get your first gray hair? And they were like, wait a minute.
That is, can you imagine you Google somebody? You're like, oh, I'm going on a date with this chick. Let me do a quick Google and the fuck?
Yeah, that would scare me. That would scare me because I don't know. Like, I was being very optimistic about why she went, because it's just a story that I'm hearing about. But if I'm dating her, and she once pretended to be a high school student and spent time amongst high school kids, you're suspect. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know 29-year-olds that want to be around 16-year-olds because of fond memories. That sentence alone gives me the heebie-jeebies. So I don't know. It's a lot of explaining to do.
Republican Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed legislation that authorized the use of the death penalty on convicted sex abusers of children.
They do want to do it? What'd you say?
Yes. The death penalty in America is murder. You have to have committed murder.
Okay.
Ron DeSantis, knowing this is country law, says, I don't care. I'm making it state law that you can when it comes to kid fucking. So, we'll see what happens there. I don't even know. When I first hear about it, I love the idea.
Okay.
Then I'm afraid I'm going to be tricked. It is fucking Florida. And will a mom take her girl to see a truck rally, and that counts as sexual assault? You know, I don't know. The new law, which goes into effect October 1st, allows the Sunshine State to seek capital punishment when an adult is convicted of sexual battery under the age of to children under the age of 12.
Did you hear how they threw in the Sunshine State?
Yes,
it's like, and the Sunshine State decided to murder pedophiles.
the how you decide on an age, that's weird, always weird to me. Like, let's say you are okay with the death penalty when it comes to something as sick as fucking kids. Assume they don't, no pun, pervert it up. But then do they go, okay, under the age of 16, you rape a kid, you die. Under 16's kind of high, isn't it?
You know, I was wondering
14,
about that.
14, it's like, how about we just make it so low it's not even a question? 12.
That is what it seems like, right? It's so low you can't, because also you're hoping, although it's not completely true everywhere, you're hoping a 12-year-old didn't have sex. And so all the sex is not consensual, because you're thinking at the age, I think, of 15, 16, 17, you're engaging in sex. Now it could be like statutory if like a mom wants to go against, like, 17 with a 16-year-old could be called upon, that kind of thing. Does that make sense? I feel like that's how they picked 12. Like you said, at 12, like, I don't even want to hear about a 12-year-old having sex. Like that, I don't even want that to happen, although I know it does.
DeSantis signed the bill despite a 2008 U.S. Supreme Court ruling that found it unconstitutional for states to use capital punishment for crimes other than murder, setting the stage for a possible showdown, whatever that means. We're really delivering a big agenda, said DeSantis.
It's really difficult to argue, because on the one side, it's life for a life. So you could see the evenness and blah, blah, blah. You can but on the other side, it's like, what are you going to do? No, because you didn't kill him. You just fucked him up and he's a child. Like, how are you going to argue that? If you're pro death penalty, where would you stop? If I'm pro, you did such a heinous crime that you should be murdered, then why wouldn't that go across to other crimes?
Why, if we're okay with this, I'm with you. Yeah. Robbery, death penalty.
Well, if you're pro the death penalty, I imagine it's for when people, it's like a personal offense on another person. Then again, I don't know. It seems like life for a life. Now you're adding, what's the heinous crime? Under 12? What if they're 13? It's not that heinous anymore. Now you're going like, what's worse, raping a 13-year-old or a 12-year-old? And then we start going there.
Well, good luck, Florida.
Right. Yeah. Good luck in general, Florida.
I've already made my head dizzy and nobody's even been killed yet. This isn't until October, and I already don't know what I think.
And also Birdie's saying Florida also dropped qualifying the death penalty from unanimous vote to 8-4.
What's that mean?
So now it sounds like it doesn't have to be unanimous anymore.
So what's the Supreme Court matter? Why is everybody getting worked up? Fuck them. Fuck them. Kill your babies, New York. Who gives a shit? I don't believe in the Supreme Court. Done. No problem. No problem, Florida. Donald Trump is putting out a new batch of collector cards. Those cards that make him look like a superhero, Superman with the T instead of the S. I think I saw one. He's a cowboy. He's one of those, deadliest catch fishermen. Donald Trump says, I hope everyone notices. Now, spaces are fucking weird. Things are half spelled wrong. I hope everyone notices, and I'm sure the fake news won't, that I'm leaving the price of the trading cards the same as last time, even though they are selling out many times more. You just put it out. Mm-hmm. It's like a rapper's first album talking about how he's a millionaire. I'm like, I guess it's positive thinking, but even though they are selling out many times more, it's called the market. And then idiots are like, I have heard of the market.
It is called the market.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Well, if he knows the name of it.
I did that as a waiter. They go, what kind of cut is a ribeye? I'm like, it's the ribeye. And they go, oh, yeah, I'll take that.
What's the market price for the ribeye? It says here market price. Whatever the market price is.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll find out later. The market keeps changing. You'll find out at the end of your meal.
Obviously, I know because I'm not ignorant. So
right.
Yeah, market, sure.
They're selling for many times more. It's called The Market and sold out almost immediately because I want my fans and supporters to make money and have fun doing it.
That's what he wants.
I could have raised the price much higher, and I believe it still would have sold well with a lot more money coming to me, but I didn't choose to do so. I will be given no nice guy credit? ?
Isn't this nice that probably nannies raised his kids so his kids didn't have to fucking listen to bullshit like this? He sounds like your father.
Yes.
I could have charged
Right.
$1 million more. And if I didn't love you this much, I would have. As you can see, I am sainted on a daily basis and you can never see it, but you're welcome.
I figured out the end of the world in this book. I could have charged you $1,000 to know something you can do nothing about. $39.95. I think that's quite a deal.
I think you're stealing from me. I'm
Even
not
higher
call
would
the
have been
cops.
more successful to me. I actually like bad things. I'm an idiot. I was just looking at that again today, the Dead Emails book. Oh my goodness. Because I like to leave some time to be like, all right, let me, spend some time away from it and then look at it. And then when I look at it at first, like any project, I'm like, who cares? And
Fresh
then,
faces.
but this book, I get 2 sentences in and I'm like, oh, he starts right the fuck away.
Right. When writing a book, and I think everyone talks about it, sometime at the start, in the middle, at the end, throughout your writing process, you're like,
who cares?
should I be writing a book?
Yeah.
Is this sentence, is this should this chapter be in? When I open the Dad Emails book, I'm like, should we be putting out this? I open it up. I'm like, oh my God, it's every fucking page. How do you not turn this into some kind of, I'm telling you, Netflix. After this is out, if they don't approach you about some sort of episodic, what the fuck is happening with your dad? I don't know. Netflix series. I don't know how many episodes. Let me know in the chat. I'm guessing 4 episodes total. What do you think, Keith? Well, there's your upbringing. That's an episode.
Right.
There's the church, right? That's an episode. The Dad Emails. That's at least one.
And then you have to have one where it's just my dad explaining the shows we just watched.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay.
I have the book right here. Give me a page number. The chunk I grabbed
86.
is after
86.
86. Okay, hold on. The chunk I grabbed was after that, but I don't want it to look like I'm cheating here. So
Birdie is saying 10 episode miniseries. I get that. I would love like 20 minutes and that would be 10 episodes, but I'm not sure if that's, I really think Netflix could do this justice. Really. Bad Beef is dripping with excitement at just the idea.
Of course. Of course.
And he agrees with Birdie. By the way, I'm assuming Bad Beef is a dude, but please let me know your pronouns. Who knows what beef is?
Okay, page 86.
Here we go.
It is right after when my dad said that one of my cousins died. And he said, Ricky is dead. That is the extent of my knowledge.
That's a whole email. That's how he told you your cousin died.
Yeah, and
Was
then
the subject? Was that all in the subject, or there was no subject? Because that's his thing. It's either all in the subject or all in the text.
Right. Well, I'm seeing right here. He gives Kat more information. Me pretending I'm my ex, he gives her more information. The sister also had a daughter who is alive and conducts yoga classes. Let's see. He's saying about like how he died. I think we reap what we sow. If we do not like the harvest, we need to look at the seeds we planted or whatever the fuck.
Oh, he's saying your cousin was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We reap what we sow. That's your eulogy.
He's,
but
not like a piece of shit. That he was an alcoholic, but he's just trying to zing him and shit. And then, what was it? Here, let me tell you. It's the top of page 86. If you want to know our guesses to something, just ask. Yeah, he's a big piece of dog shit. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'm getting sucked in again. I know I'm not making any sense. I'm just getting sucked in again.
I know. But there's already like 3 different sagas on the page that you just mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Were you ever, or I ended up asking him, were you ever really an ordained priest? Because I don't know any of this shit now. Everything's turning out to be a lie. He goes, LOL. I always thought you weren't sure of that fact. It's like, no. Why is it funny? A, B, throughout my life, I thought you weren't a priest. No, I assumed that you were.
Also, I don't know why it creeps me out that your dad wrote LOLOL.
Well, LOL dot space, LOL dot space, LOL dot space.
Oh,
LOL, LOL, LOL.
I read this book like twice or three times, and you're still surprising me. I'm like, did I read that? It's just that every time you read a page, you're like, okay, that's the crazy. It's got to get like a little sane from here, and then it just goes into another crazy.
I guess that you do not remember when you asked your mother that question. I never asked my mother if my dad was really ever. Hey, Mom, tell me this. You said that he met when he blessed your parents' house. That's how you guys met. Was all this a lie, Mom? You can tell me.
Right.
Like, I never would ask that. You asked your mother that question, and she told you that I was her assistant pastor. You cannot be an assistant pastor in a Byzantine Catholic Church without first being an ordained priest. Do you want to know what happened after I left the seminary following the beginning of my 7th year? I ended up reading back, no thanks.
Wait, he said left the seminar after the beginning of, because he left seminar for
Seminary.
Seminary.
Chemda said at the time, this is what a liar would say. Well, if I wasn't a priest, then how was I assistant pastor? Lucy Poe was on that show. How do I have this outfit? Yeah. At Harvard, you get a Harvard shirt. What conclusion does that lead one to when I have my Harvard shirt? Anyway, I'm very excited. That's all. KeithAndTheGirl.com/dad, DAD. If you're new to this story and that was a little confusing to you, everything makes sense there, and the book is coming out soon. In the meantime, take a look at OMAT. Come to celebrating 3 years. Use code BIG3. Get a whole week of OMAT Club for $3. See what it's about.
Come for one day. Like, let's say you can only come on a Monday. That's perfect. Come for one day. See what it is. Do like 10 seconds of an exercise and see if it does anything.
Right. Okay. That's that. Click like, hit thumbs up, all that stuff. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
KeithAndTheGirl.com